Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to my YouTube program. It has been very exciting and interesting as well to notice that many of you guys out there are really interested in knowing our law system here in Germany. It is very nice to see how many of you are making commentary and how many of you have become my viewers. So for most of you guys who are visiting my channel for the first time, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Iyare Imasi. I'm a lawyer here in Germany. In Germany, we call it Rechtsanwalt. And my topic of today is what is the meaning of a Duldung? And then I will come to, after that, I will come then to the different kinds of Duldungs that we have in Germany. And then I will equally talk about what are their advantages and disadvantages. And I will equally explain to you how it comes about that some thousands of people in our country here are having a Duldung. And then I will finally give you the hints on how to go about Duldung if you are having a Duldung. So let me start now. In the first place, a Duldung is a temporary suspension of deportation of somebody who is supposed to leave the country by the law. So how does it come so far? In Germany, many of the people that are having Duldung, they are mostly asylum seekers. In the first place, when you come into Germany to seek asylum, you have to go to the asylum house. We call it Bundesamt für Migration und Flüchtlinge. There you'll be interrogated and you have to give reasons for you seeking asylum. What is the reason why you want to seek asylum? So, and in this process where you are being interrogated, no matter the kind of language that you speak on earth, there's always a translator, what we call a Dolmetscher or Übersetzer, somebody who understands your language. You'll be questioned by the officer who is doing the interview, and the translator will translate to you to the language that you understand, and then you will make a statement, and the translator will translate again to the officer. So the clerical clerk that is there, that is taking down your interview, your statement, your protocols. So after then, sometimes it can take up to 1 hour, depending on how much you have to say. And it can even take up to 2 hours. And after then, you'll be discharged. You'll be allowed to live in a camp. And during this time, the Bundesamt, the office that is responsible for the asylum, will now start investigating your case, how far your case is true or how far your case is not true. And in this case, it can take up to maybe 1 year. Some people are hanging around maybe 2 years, 3 years. I've not heard from Bundesamt für Migration and Flüchtlinge. So that is the office that's in charge of asylum. And then before you get the final decision from this office, from the federal office, you'll be given another paper called Aufenthaltsgestattung, which means you are allowed to remain in the country as far as the process of asylum is going on. So, and then after 3 months or after 6 months, you'll be transferred from the camp to another city or to another village, to another district where you now have to remain permanently. And one day, the decision of the federal office will now come. Either it is positive or it is negative. So for majority of the people that are taking asylum in Germany, it is mostly negative. So when you now have negative, you will now take appeal, look for a lawyer, or there are even people that can help you to write your appeal. But in most cases, it's always better to go to a lawyer who knows about foreigners' law, immigration law. So he will now help you, or she will help you to write to the court. And then when the case is still pending in the court, you will still be having Aufenthaltsgestattung. So when the court finally decides, the judge who is in charge of your case, and in most cases, they have a lot to do, a lot of files are around them. So it takes them some months, if not even years. They will finally decide on your appeal. And if the appeal is then again negative, you will now finally get a Duldung. And this Duldung means that you are asked to normally leave the country, but you are only just tolerated, and you have to be there for some time till they are able to organize the deportation so that you can leave the country. So, and then what are the advantages of a Duldung? So the advantages of a Duldung is that sometimes you are allowed to work. You can look for a work, and you'll be given the permission to work. And you can equally be given social help the whole time that, of course, you are in the asylum process. You are being given social help so that you're able to live a normal life. We'll call it here existence minimum. At least you should have a certain amount of money that allows you to live a dignified life, because our constitution here believes that every human being has his or her own dignity. Because of this dignity that is written in our constitution, the life of a human being is untouchable and has its own or her own dignity. You are allowed to be given, you'll be given some money to live a normal life, just as any other person here in our great country called Germany. So then, when you now find out, then as I said, the advantages of Duldung is that you can work, and you can even go to school, and you can do what we call vocational studies, Ausbildung, a sort of maybe working in the old people's home, or doing an Ausbildung in a gastronomy, in a hotel, a restaurant, or even it can be a technical profession where you can learn something technically, electrician, being a bricklayer, being what they call a roofer, being a carpenter. So these things are then finally possible when you have a Duldung. So, and then we have equally, this Duldung has a lot of restrictions. These restrictions, it can be that you will be allowed not to leave your district. It will be written in your Duldung that you are given, at the back of your Duldung, that you are only allowed to live in the small village or in the small city or in the city where you are, and you are only allowed to move around in that city. So if you move from that city to another city, you are being controlled by the police. The immigration office will give you some kind of punishment. You'll be warned, and they may stop you from doing your job that they have given you permission to do, or they can even give you some kind of fine and ask you to pay some money because you went against the law. But there are instances too where you have probably a girlfriend or a boyfriend outside your city, and you want to visit him or her. So all you need to do is to go to your foreign office and ask for a permission. In such cases, you'll be given a permission for instance, for a weekend, or if you are always there, almost every weekend, you can be given a longer permission to travel to her, to travel to him, and see him, and then come back again to your place where you normally stay. So, and you can be, another restriction can equally be that the immigration office, because they are not very sure if you are coming from the country that you claim to be, they are not sure of your identity, and it's becoming difficult for them to find a laissez-passer, a traveling document with which they can take you out of the country. So they will restrict your movement and tell you you should be reporting to the Foreign Office from time to time so that they can control you. It's just like people who were arrested by the court through the police, of course, and the judge now allows him to go free, but his particulars, passport, ID card, the documents that will enable him to travel out of the country will be seized, will be confiscated, and it will remain in the court. And because of that, he will be given a sort of what we call off-lag, a sort of a burden, which means he has to be coming to the police station maybe every 2 days or once in a week, maybe on Friday, so that they can really know that he's still in the country, he's not moving around, he's not away, and he's not trying to sneak out of the system. So that is equally the kind of restriction that you can be given to when you have a Duldung. So as I said, with a Duldung, you can work. There are people that are asked, first of all, to go and look for a contract. It's written in their Duldung. When you get a contract, a job contract, you go back again to the immigration office and present the job contract, and they will look into it and then give you the permission to go and work in this very specific company that the employer has given you a contract. This contract that is given to you by the employer, that is the only place you are allowed to work. You cannot change the company without the knowledge of the immigration office. If you decide to change the company because of the knowledge, without the knowledge of the immigration office, the new employer will not allow you to work, because if he does that, they will fine him with a lot of money. Now, it can even happen that he can be fined 5,000 euros or even 25,000 euros or even more than that, because he has gone against the law. So we have now, I will now come to what we call Ausbildungsduldung. Ausbildungsduldung is a special Duldung with which you can do an Ausbildung. The Ausbildung means a vocational studies. Vocational study is like in many of the African countries and in Asia countries of those days, they had what we call technical colleges. In these technical colleges, you learn a profession like being a carpenter, a roofer, a zimmerman, a furniturist, and then a bricklayer, all those kind of profession that one can normally learn those days. It's the same thing now. It has always been the same thing in Germany for people who cannot go further to the university. The university is made for people who are really very bright, who has a wonderful IQ that can really make it at the university, because it's very stressful to go and study. So it's really meant for the bright ones. But I'm not saying that if you do an Ausbildung that you are not bright. But what I'm trying to make you understand that is that the intensity of what you are going to do if you decide to go to the university, of course, you must have a qualification that qualifies you to go and apply for a course at the university. It is more higher than if you decide to do an Ausbildung. And if you are doing an Ausbildung, you will be paid money every month. We call it Ausbildungsvergütung. It's written in the contract that your employer that will be doing the practice. If you are doing an Ausbildung, there's always an arrangement that you are in the factory or in the company for 3 days, and the 2 other days left in the week, you use it to go to the Berufsschule, that is the technical college, where you go and learn theory. You learn theory, and then you now use the theory in the practice. You come and now realize what you have learned in the theory, they put it into practice for you. So you see, and it makes you to understand the situation more and more better. So if you are doing an Ausbildung, you are paid some money every month. If your money is not enough for you to eat, you can contact the job center, and the job center will do what we call Aufstockung. They put some money on you on top, so that the money will be enough for you to pay for your house rent and eat your food and live a minimal kind of standard of life in Germany. So that is one of the most wonderful things when you are doing, those are the wonderful things when you are doing an Ausbildung in Germany. You are being paid, and the Ausbildung takes mostly highest 3 years. There are some that takes just 1 or 2 years. If you are doing a sort of assistance kind of Ausbildung, Krankenpflege, Krankenassistent, sort of a nursing kind of system in the hospital. So those ones are a sanitary system, people who drive the ambulance around the country when somebody is health is in danger. They have to rush as quickly as possible and get there. So those kind of Ausbildung does not really take long, but you have to understand how the whole thing goes. So we have another kind of Ausbildung called Beschäftigungsduldung. Beschäftigungsduldung is a special Duldung that is meant for people who are highly integrated in the country, and they allow them to work as well because they have been very good integrated by speaking very good, wonderful German language in a very perfect form, and they have been doing all kinds of charity jobs and spending even with their weekend taking care of other people that can't help themselves. So these people, they can have the right to have the Ausbildungsduldung, and if you have a good job, a good contract, you can equally be given this Ausbildungsduldung. So, and all this Duldung and what we call, and at the end, if you are able to finish your Ausbildung, or you after some times with the Ausbildungsduldung, you can now apply for the normal resident permit in Germany. So this normal resident permit that you now apply, it has to be, the application has to be scrutinized, and it has to be looked into how long you have been working and how long you have been paying taxes into our tax system, because it is with the tax system, it is with the tax money that every one of us here are paying in this country that our choosing government in the country use to make the environment to look very nice and very clean. It uses to construct roads, construct the bridges, and use it to pay the doctors as well that are taking care of our health, and equally a lot of all other things in the country, traffic lights and clean water, all these things, all the things are being done with the tax money that everybody living in this country is being paid for, they are paying. And it is really, really very great that such things are managed properly. And if it's not managed properly, and the people in charge are, of course, caught by trying to do 1 or 2 wrong things, they will be punished severely by the law. In Germany, nobody is against the law. Nobody is above the law, sorry. Nobody in this country is above the law. Whether you are a governor, whether you are the federal chancellor of this country, or you are a local government chairman, or you are a teacher, you are a lawyer, you are an engineer, if you go against the law, you'll be punished severely. Nobody is going to speak and come and try and look for a way to lobby for you. So that is one of the reasons too why this country is very great. Everybody is treated equally, no matter where you are coming from. So if you have right, as I said, you get your right. If you go against the law too, you'll be highly punished. So, gentlemen, Duldung is not really something that is very bad, because without you not having a Duldung, you are not qualified to do an Ausbildung, and you are not qualified to have this Ausbildungsduldung, and you are not qualified to start working when you are under asylum. So now I come to some other guys that can equally get the Duldung. There are people that are living illegal in the country. They came in one way or the other. maybe through our neighboring countries, because Germany has 9 neighboring countries in here in the central of Europe. So many people that come into Germany never really came with a visa. Many came through the neighboring countries and then enter into Germany. Germany has the strongest economy within Europe. So, and then for those guys that are staying illegal one way or the other, after some time, they are able to have a child from a German woman or from a German man or from somebody who has a resident permit in Germany. So when I say German or a German woman or a German man, it does not really mean who has a white collar. It means somebody who is having a German nationality, somebody who is having a German passport. That is who I'm talking about. Those are the people I'm equally referring to as well. So when they now have a child with such people, they will now come out of their illegality and open up and said, I've been in this country for so and so time. This is my child. And they have to sign what we call paternity, Vaterschaft Anerkennung, and equally Sorgerecht, that they have the right as well, 50-50 to take care of their child, the woman as well and the man. And because of this, an application can be made to the relevant immigration offices, and there he or she has to apply for a resident permit because of a German child or because of a child. Then you'll be perhaps be given paragraph 28 of Aufenthaltsgesetz, or sometimes many are given paragraph 25 because of humanitarian ground, because you're having a child, they don't want you to leave your child alone and be sent out of the country. But before it gets there, they will be given a Duldung as well. And on this Duldung, it will be written that the deportation is temporarily suspended at the moment. So if everything goes well and he or she, both couples are living together under one roof, taking care of the child together, so then it will now help you to be able to get a resident permit. And very, very important, the identity must be cleared. If your identity is not clear, you will not be given such a visa. And we equally have a Duldung for people with uncleared identities. Before I forget, there are people in the country here, they are trying to confirm the identity, trying to find out where they are really coming from, and it has been taking so long. Because of that, our law says they should be given a Duldung. A Duldung, the law there is written, a Duldung for people with uncleared identity. Those people are equally given such a Duldung. In the most cases, they are not allowed to work because the law believes that they have been doing one thing or the other to try to prevent their deportation from our wonderful country to their countries of origin. So, gentlemen, that is the main point. Those are the things I can tell you at the moment and how the Duldung works in Germany. So I want to make another point again. For most of you guys that are trying to comment on my YouTube channel, on my videos that I have made before, at the moment I've made 9 videos. So you can check it out and take a look. There are a lot of wonderful information there that I've given you guys free. I want to let you understand that the German language, the German law language, is such a difficult language that cannot be easily translated into the English language. So if I am doing this here for you, and maybe my English is not so pure the way it would have been, assuming I only studied in English language, but in Germany you study only in German if you are doing law. So I am doing my best, trying to break these things down for you, because if I start using the terminology of what the English and German dictionary says, many of you are not going to understand me. So I try to break it down to your level and to my level and to the level of whoever is listening to me or watching my YouTube channel. So if you have a personal question or you want me to work for you as a lawyer, the first thing you have to do is you have to pay a consultation fee. And the consultation fee can be found in my website. When you log in yourself there, you write a little of your story and pay your consultation fee, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, and it's not going to be long. I'm going to talk about working visa. The working visa is a hot cake, and many people are looking for this working visa to come into our great country here to work. We have a lot of open vacancies that cannot be taken, that cannot be occupied. And we are looking for these specialists, well-trained guys outside the borders of Germany that want to come from third world countries and from all over the world that wants to work in our wonderful country here, a country of peace, a country of respect, a country of dialogue. So when you are here, you understand what I mean. And next time, as I said, stay tuned. The hot topic is going to come, how to work in Germany, how to come into Germany to come and work from outside the country. Thanks a lot for listening to me once more. See you then next time. Bye-bye.